Hello there, I'm Rylan, and this here is the Steam Deck. I'm going to give an overview of this device and give you my opinion about it. Like, is it a good device? And I'll tell you now, it is a wonderful piece of technology. I really like it, and it packs a punch for what it is. Let's get started. So with handling the device, it's just basically like an Xbox controller or PlayStation controller. No complaints, perfectly fine for me at least. With game compatibility, there are icons on the Steam Deck store that say whether this game is compatible or not. Although there are some games that aren't compatible with the Steam Deck, or at least say they aren't. For example, The Force Unleashed and The Force Unleashed 2, which I've gotten on here, I've both gotten them able to work on here, even though they say they are not working on the Steam Deck. They are perfectly fine. So if you want to know if your favorite game will run on the Steam Deck, if it's deck verified, then yes. If there's an exclamation point, then probably. If there is a X on it, it means they don't know and you got to figure that out for yourself, which you can do with a simple Google search. As for emulation, I don't emulate, but I've heard that this is an amazing device to emulate on. The performance of the device is great. You're most likely not going to run into an issue with performance for it running too slow unless you intentionally make something on the game crash it. You're probably not going to run into any issues. That being said, don't put everything on ultra high maximum. It's not built to run that. On top of that, the screen is like 720p. For this size of a screen, it's fine. There's no issues with seeing pixels on the screen because the size of the screen is okay for what it is. There's no complaints. On top of that, if they had a higher resolution screen, you're probably going to run into issues with performance if you put it to the higher resolution. If you have games on other platforms, it's kind of a toss-up whether you're going to be able to get them to work. So, for example, I have Origin and with Jedi Fallen Order on that, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 on that. I was able to find a way to use Proton to launch Origin in like game mode of the Steam Deck and play my games on the Steam Deck through Origin and just play around through that. And that is pretty great to be able to do that. Now, if you use a different game management software instead of Steam, it's going to be like a toss-up whether you're going to be able to get it to work. For example, I was able to get the Steam Deck to work with Origin, but I don't know if I'll be able to get it to work with Epic Games' launcher. Do your own research on your launcher of choice of whether it's going to work on your Steam Deck. One of my favorite parts of this device is desktop mode. It lets you go into a desktop environment and do whatever you want with it. And that's amazing. That's fantastic. That it gives you that ability to go in your device and give you basically admin access to it. Apple devices. And that's amazing. Once this is your piece of hardware, you own it, it's yours. So you should be able to install whatever you want on it. As for using this as an actual computer, I'll leave a link in the description below of a video that Linus Tech Tips did with using it as an actual computer and comparing it to other value-based items. With this, you got to buy a dock, keyboard, mouse, and monitor to actually use it as a computer. My biggest issue with the Steam Deck is that I already have a computer and I don't go anywhere that often. So for me, this is kind of, I wouldn't say pointless. I can still play on it when I'm going to bed. Instead of playing video games on my desk right here, I can play them in my bed and be more lazy about it. So I don't go out often, and that's a big issue for me because I don't find time to actually see this as a valid reason for me to play this. That being said, there are a few times here and there where I am able to pick this up and say, oh, this is the perfect opportunity to use this. But those opportunities are few. I don't have like an event that I go to that I know I'm going to be driving for an hour or 30 minutes. In the passenger seat, of course. I don't have much time to be able to actually play on this as I would like to. And that's really my only problem with it. It's a great device. It's just, I already have my computer. And it's like 10 times more powerful than the Steam Deck. Why would I do that is my question. Why would I play a game on the Steam Deck versus playing it on my computer? Like just so I can be downstairs instead or be lying in my bed. That's not a great reason to spend $500 on this. Again, other than that, it's a great device. I highly recommend it if you're the guy who travels a lot. I will say about the battery life, you're going to get a maximum of 2 hours out of this. Bring your charger with you. It has not been an issue for me for it dying on me because the times when I do take it out, I only, it's something I could bring up, oh, play for 30 minutes and then put it back. And it's a great device to do that with. It's standby mode. Like, I'm going to pause the game and then just put it in sleep mode. Like, the battery lasts when you're doing that. At least for me, I will be playing Jedi Fallen Order. Oh, and I have to go to this. I'll pause the game, click the power button, put it in sleep mode, put it aside. 30 minutes later, pick it up, turn it on, play the game. It's fine, and the battery barely decreased. It's really good about doing that, at least with my experience. Your experience may vary on that. Anyway, that's all I have to really say about the Steam Deck. Great device. I really like it. I wish I had more time to play on it, and that if you're the type of person that travels a lot, then yes, this is a valid device to play as. Not competitively, more like story-driven games. If you're always out, then this is a completely valid option to buy. And then if you don't have a computer, or you want to separate your like gaming computer from your work computer, or whatever, however you want, it's a valid gaming device. That's what I have to say about it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.